Here's a pot of stinging nettles. I will keep stirring them and turning them so that they get immersed and fully tamed. Here are the nettles after steaming. Being strained through a colander. And the bottom, the lovely juice, the cooking fluids, will be used in soup and for drinking. They're now ready with clean hands to squeeze out well and get the excess water out before we proceed to making pesto. We're now preparing to make nettle pesto. We have 4 cups of steamed nettles that have been drained, cooled and squeezed, of juice, half a cup of sunflower seeds. We have a block of Parmesan. You can add as much or as little as you like. Some extra virgin olive oil, and you can use fresh chopped garlic or the already chopped garlic. This one has nothing extra added, no chemicals. And sea salt. This is the hand-harvested Celtic salt, but you can use sea salt. So I'm now starting with about 1 cup of oil, just to start blending this, and then we'll see how it goes. As you work it, the first part will grind, and then you need to push the ingredients down into the garlic seed blend and keep mixing. Back in the nettle patch, only this time we're in the southern hemisphere, in New Zealand in autumn instead of in Alaska in spring. Now in Alaska you only get 1 nettle harvest a year, and that's in the springtime when everything's coming to life and jumping out of the ground. But in New Zealand we actually get a double season. These are my older nettles, and these are in seed. Now I will talk later about harvesting seed on a different video, but for today we're going to be focusing on the young nettle growth. And at the bottom we have a lot of young plants that are still coming up, so we can do a very selective harvest from the young plants and from places where I've been harvesting, and there's new growth at the top. So we're going to be making another pesto, and for those that don't have the Vitamix like I was showing, I'll show you another tool that's very easy for processing your pesto, and some variations that you can add to your mix. So this is what we... That's
Be quiet, chicken!
The chicken who wants me to tell you about nettle feed for chickens, but that'll be again another time. All right. We now have the nettles in the steamer, and we're going to cover this and let this cook for about 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, because my husband has an allergy to garlic, this version of the nettle pesto is going to have some sun-dried tomatoes that are at the moment rehydrating in some hot water, and we'll be adding some lemon along with the salt and olive oil. Instead of sunflower seeds in this batch, we'll be using some cashews, almonds, and pumpkin seed. So, okay, while waiting for the nettles to steam, I'm going to pre-grind the nuts in my Ninja. I used to have a Vitamix when I lived in Alaska, but now for my home I just have one of these magic bullet type machines that works extremely well. Okay, we now have about 1 cup of the steamed nettles that we're going to put into the Ninja. We'll be adding about 2 tablespoons of the sun-dried tomato. It's all ground. And we'll also be adding about 2 tablespoons of the nuts that have been through the Ninja. Fresh ground salt. Squeeze a lemon. And we'll be adding some fresh grated Parmesan, but that can be omitted if you're a dairy-free person. For this small batch of Nesto, we'll be adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil, plus the lemon juice, plus the salt, plus the Parmesan, the sun-dried tomato, and the nuts. Okay, so now, whether you're using the Vitamix or the bullet with a Ninja or food processor. Once you have your ingredients assembled, you give it a whiz. One thing you sometimes run into is that it sometimes doesn't want to come down, so you have to do a shake and try it again. This is where you always have to evaluate. If it's too thick, now you can add some more lemon juice or olive oil or a combination of both. So I'm going to pause and add some extra olive oil. I've now added 1 more tablespoon of olive oil, and we'll see how it processes. When it has the consistency you like, you can just stir it up. Pesto can be very thick for dipping, or it can be very thin as a sauce. So you have a host of choices, how you like it. It's very delicious. Nesto. So this Nesto is my husband-friendly, garlic-free, sun-dried tomato nettle pesto.